What's up, guys? It's your boy Blaze J back in for another video. And today we are answering the question: should you summon on the new Chaos Vanessa and Chaos Zora double Chaos units on a banner? Now, this banner is actually very different than most banners. Reason is because one unit is already on JPKR. One is gonna be a global first, which is gonna be the Vanessa here. Well, it's gonna be interesting, obviously, because once we get this banner, we're basically caught up to JPKR and some. We got someone they don't have, but they're also gonna have someone they don't have. I think the Black Divider also is coming out when they drop, which should be these banners leave in 19 hours. We can expect them to drop at the same time or once the maintenance is over, because I think they have a maintenance at 5 a.m. EST. They will drop once that maintenance is over. And those two units, there's a bunch of things happening in this update. 125, some game modes here and there. And the 125 symptoms revamped, so it's gonna be only like 2 or 3 units a month. So I will make a video on what units to 125 first. But first, let's talk about the new units. The new units mainly being here Secret Agent Zora and Secret Agent Vanessa. Let's talk about Zora first since his skills are here already. So his first skill grants self SP plus 6 buff and attacks after applying 2% increased favor damage to yourself. SP plus 7, so he basically gets ults after his skill 1s. His skill 2s without his skill page. Protection for 2 turns, attacks after applying 30% increased favor damage and invulnerability. Which is good. Obviously, this is very, very good. His ultimate extra turn upon killing enemies, always a nice thing to have for an attacker. And 50% increased favor damage to yourself. Because he needs it, because he's chaos, so he does less damage to every other unit minus light. So these favor damage is very needed. And then he has a counterattack on his combo for 2 turns. For him and his partner mage was actually really annoying and nice. So let's go with his unique passive at the start of battle. If all allies, including yourself, have different attributes, grant self taunt immunity and invulnerability for 1 turn. Obviously, this is great. Taunt immunity, so Marileona doesn't get that taunt straight away. And invulnerability, so you can just be safe from getting one shot. Even though 125, you probably won't get one shot that much. But still, always good to have that. And here we have LR plus 2. Grants self 20% increased damage for each surviving enemy. And LR plus 5 grants 40% increased damage dealt for fallen ally. So basically, when a character dies, you get 20% increased damage dealt. It's basically the math there. And here in Transcendent, we are getting this on global, so this we can finally look at this. So he's gonna get 50k HP on 125, 10% damage res, speed plus 2, defense 1000, and accuracy plus 15%. Obviously, that's really good. Accuracy on attackers is good, not to get blocked. HP getting HP is good to not get one shot, and defense plus 1000 is not bad. That's pretty good. Speed plus 2, obviously very good. Damage res obviously very good. So that's Zora. Let's go switch to Vanessa here with Black Clover Mole News, aka Giku. Appreciate it. Now let's go over. She's a Dark Chaos debuffer. Her skill 1 inflicts SP minus 3 debuff on an enemy. Her skill 2 inflicts silence on an enemy for 2 turns. With her skill page, inflicts 60% reduced mobility debuff on an enemy. Her ultimate inflicts mobility depletion debuff on an enemy, which is Julius' skill 2. How you click on an enemy and their mobility goes to 0. Inflicts disarm level 5 debuff on an enemy for 2 turns, which I think is increased damage dealt on an enemy. And grant self protection for 2 turns. It says 1 turn here, but it's actually 2 turns, which is obviously amazing. Very good. For a debuffer like her, not getting targeted is one of the best things you can get. Her survivability is the main thing. So all of her debuffs are just gonna be annoying aspect to deal with. Her partner skill inflicts 50% reduced mobility debuff on an enemy. So a lot of mobility reduction uh, in her kit, and a lot of protection. Or this is the main protection, but we're gonna see another protection in a bit. Her unique passive at start of battle for all allies, including yourself, has different attributes. Inflicts total silence on all enemies for 1 turn. And another way protection, they can't ult at the beginning or skill 2. They would have to combo use skill 1. Now the thing here, I don't know if it's gonna apply straight off the battle because you have different colored allies, or it's on her turn and you have different colored allies. That's when they get total silence. So if it's the latter, her being fast is very important. LR plus 2. Upon reach 30 battle turns without dying, flex SP on an enemy -8. On all enemies, by the way. Which is very good if it goes that long. With 125, I can see it being that long, but you can only 125 like 3 units, so it's gonna be iffy. Upon reaching 30 battle turns without dying, inflicts 8% increased damage taken on enemies for 2 turns, which is great. Like basically, once you get here, they're basically sitting ducks. You're gonna kill them. Cause with her skill 2, you get this right here. We already read this. Upon reaching 30 battle turns without dying, inflicts 50% reduced defense on enemies for 2 turns. 80% if it's max. That's crazy. You're just gonna kill them. Having her on a team is gonna be with full DPSs. Not full DPSs, but you know, a really good DPS. You're gonna wipe. And transcendence bonuses 40k, 50,000 HP, accuracy 25%, speed plus 2, defense 2,000. Main thing, same with Zora here. They're both good. You just can't run them together, what I think is kind of dumb. I don't know why they do that. Because you're like, alright, I'm gonna run Vanessa. She's very good. I'm gonna make full use of her. Zora is also good. He's a good DPS, but I can't run that DPS who Vanessa needs. Vanessa needs a DPS on her team. And most DPSs now in the game are pretty bad or outdated. There's a few good ones. A few good ones arise with 125. I'll have to do more research on them because I didn't read their 125 passives. But let's go on to team building. Make some teams real quick because obviously that's one of the things we have to do. And Vanessa is an interesting character. I'm only gonna make teams for Vanessa. Zora, you can pretty much go crazy. You've seen teams with Zora. Vanessa is the new unit for both games, so she's gonna be very fun to make teams with. So we're gonna have one type of each character. So using Noelle would be great. She's gonna good DPS, having her skill 2 with that damage reduction without getting the stun immunity. The SP gain is obviously very, very good. Her combo with her, just so she won't die, even though she probably have protection. When she doesn't have protection, you can use a combo and bang, she doesn't die. Having Gray on the team is also great. Her ult, so I can get increased damage or the damage reduction. Having debuff or not debuff immunity, DOT immunity on her skill 2 is great too. Just she's not gonna be utilized to the max because she doesn't have any DOTs on the team. You can run DOTs, but it won't be the same without like a full team of the same color. So let's go to green because she's chaos after all. So Charlotte gotta be one of the main units. Her damage reduction, her skill 2 getting SP, stun immunity, debuff immunity, defense penetration or all SP gain. The shield support is also very good. She's obviously still really amazing, so she's gonna be used. Also, other green units you can use with the Chaos Vanessa. I think Rare would be a really good unit to use. mainly because of the skill 2. Um, Not unlike other characters who remove buffs like Lotus on ult, you can do his skill 2. So after the Taurus silence over, you can still use it, or you can use his skill 2 if you don't get silenced by Vanessa on her skill 2, because she also silences. You can total silence, and so she's gonna be an annoying unit. But it's better than having your SP taken away. But okay, we'll get to him in a bit. Is good. Um, Once you total silence, he won't get total silence after bat, so you can do something right in the beginning. So I think might be a great unit against this Vanessa because you didn't get total silence in the beginning. But if you run with Vanessa and your outspeeds the other one, you silence him. And it's GG's. So Yuno's a good option. Other Mimosa could be okay. I don't know how good this gets after the 125 buff, or him. Maybe you could be decent with 125 now that it lasts longer, so you can definitely get stronger. Might be worth just try him out. All right, so let's go to red. Red is not much. I'm gonna be honest. You can't use these two. Asta Defender. You can run Asta Defender here and then run someone else. You just can't run her to the activation. You would have to stall it out, which I can see that team being annoying. So Asta and her out. You could run Rail here, and just get those double turns with the well. I guess I could do something. Mega buff, Falk. You're gonna be useless. 125. I don't think you're that good. I think this Asta is pretty good. 125. Same with Magna. So these two could be a good options, and Charmy could be a good option. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to give y'all options that I'm not 100% confident with. And then we have blue. So you could run Lotus. But the thing with Lotus is after the total silence, she can use her skill 1, just remove 3 SP off of him when he won't have his ult anymore. So he gets pretty cucked. But if you do have Noelle and you use her Noelle skill 2, you basically get it back. You can get it back with. So Lotus could still be a good option. Removing buffs, speed down, debuff immunity, or not debuff immunity, but increased damage taken. He can be a very good character to use still. So this team could still be a very good option. You could put Julius in here to get the extra DPS. Or you can just scrap it and then run, because Mars can still be good with debuff immunity at the start of the turn, so the total silence wouldn't affect anyone. So bringing this combo back might not be a bad idea. I don't know what 125 buffs they get, but not too shabby. Luck could be a good option. This Yami could be a good option because I heard he becomes really good at 125. But yeah, I think this might still be the way to go. I think I'm gonna run a variant of the team. So having like green and maybe taking out this Vanessa and put it in Rail maybe. This doesn't look that appealing, right? Because you're losing a lot of damage reduction. But I'm trying to find any other character that can apply some protection like that Charlotte does. He has damage reduction old, but you're not gonna be using, like, if you're going against another Vanessa, you're not gonna be using this Vanessa or this Charlotte's ult, and unless you have skill page, silent skill page. So have a silent skill page, put it on her so you can still ult at the start of turn. If not, what's Rose combo? See, this could be good once you get real buff up him so he can go next. Maybe that'll be a good option. This could be a good option. I might try that, or I just might try this and this. So those are my options for my teams. Let me know what you guys thinking of building. Obviously, I still want to use Noel. You could obviously take out Noel, and the team building might go easier with defenders you can use. Like, you can use Lotus and Mars, so you can get debuff immunity. You can bring Asta and do a stall team. Just have Asta here. And, oh, actually, you can bring the combo, because I just forgot they're both blue, so you can't do that. So let's take him off. Um, what's a good unit to bring? Like, to be Cancer. You could probably bring him. Right? The damage reduction at start of turn. You could do this and stun. His skill 2 can increase his attack because he is attack based. Just looking at other characters you could possibly use with this team. But yeah, I mean, you can run Zora if you want to. I think Green Meadow is also pretty good, but I'm not too sure what he does. So those are a bunch of teams you could probably make. I don't know what the meta team is gonna be, because yeah, the meta is gonna definitely shift. But that's gonna be it for me today. Let me know what you guys think of these teams. Let me know what you guys think. Should you summon? Oh yeah, I forgot to answer the question of should you summon. I'd say yes. Go with first Vanessa, who appears to be broken. The only bad thing is her only downside, her cons, so to speak, is you can't run her with Zora. You can't run her with Black Divider Asa coming out in like a month. And you can't. It's just harder to, or is team building is harder for them. I mean, she has an OP skill, so team building should be hard. Not just putting the best units in one team, and having that passive is gonna be crazy. But either way, we will have the gateway, so you can key anyone you want. Vanessa is probably the priority because I think she requires less resources to be good. Her free to play is actually pretty nice. Just get her skill page and you're good, set to go. Because reaching the 30 requirement might not be an issue. You might beat the other team before then or something. So Zora does require more dupes to do more damage, so he's obviously gonna require more building. And well, yeah, once you finish summoning, if you do summon, key the one who you don't have or you want dupes of. Zora requires more dupes, but if you have him 2 dupes and you have no dupes on Vanessa, I'll get Vanessa, try to get her 2 dupes. Or if you have someone 5 or close to getting 5 dupes, get their 5 dupe. Is how I view it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. I'll try to post more often. I haven't been posting. Sorry about that. Gonna post a bunch of PvP videos, RTA, since that's gonna be the main game mode from now on. Arena's gonna die. But yeah, appreciate you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.